Alright, this is for a Honda. Sometimes they're put on way too tight. The person tried hacksawing through it, and then they broke the fuel line. So, we're going to take and make a new fitting out of one of these. We'll go in here. We'll take a tubing. I have a smaller clamp, but this is just so you can see. And we'll put all this together with this, and I'll show you in a second. Alright, this is for the fuel pump that broke, I think, on 94 Honda Accord.
Huh? You need that thing?
The line right here. It's really hard to see way down there too. Right here by the steering column. Well, when they were taking off the filter, they broke it and had to follow it down smooth. Then we have to bevel the edge so that whenever we add the new piping, the fittings to hook up to the fuel filter, the pressurized fuel isn't blown out, or the junction line isn't blown off. Now, here are your fuel lines in this plastic housing here. There's these bolts, and the plastic comes off. Someone hit on the other side and tore this one off. There's your fuel lines, a couple of brake. Most of your pressurized lines are right here. Now, way up there, right above this thing here, that's your steering column. The fuel line, this one here, broke. Instead of replacing the entire line, goes all the way to the back here into the gas tank. That line, add a new piece, and then put the new filter back on, and then bolt everything back together, and it will be like new. The reason we need to bevel the end of the line here is because it is pressurized. And if it's not beveled, the fuel will leak out. Alright, underneath the Honda, well, actually right below the carburetor, it's a big long rectangle thing. You got your fuel pump. Well, sometimes these nuts are put on too tight, they get bent when they're put on, and they break. Well, that's what happened to this one. The nut got stripped off. This is just a piece I have to show, and the pipe broke off. So there should be a bevel on this end. That's what keeps the pressurized fuel from coming all the way down the line and leaking everywhere. So to make that, you have to have either a pair of these. Well, we didn't have that. So we happen to have one of these. A couple of punches. And an anvil. Well, just to show you, this is what the tip of the pipe should look like. You see there's a little bevel on the end, and that holds things from coming off. Well, this is a pressurized system, so to fix it with the new pump, let me find the part. Yeah, filter. Well, I can change that later. Just stop it, that's good. Alright, I went ahead and put everything together with the pipeline and the clamp that holds it with the bevel tool. After you hook everything up, you gotta screw this down until it sits in the pipe hole like this. Normally you'd follow all the edges down so it'd be perfectly flat, so you have a good bevel, but this is just for show real quick. And you see, it gets snug, then you gotta start tightening it. And as it tightens, it bevels the pipe out. But you need to be careful not to tighten too much too quick, because the metal will tear. can see the pipe beveling out. I'll take it off now so we can see. Now, the whole point of beveling the pipe, like so, of course it'd be cleaner,
I'll see it.
so that when this comes up, it makes a smooth edge with the bolt. Helps keep pressurized fuel in the line. Alright, see down there, that little black rubber pipe, the 2 clamps on is now on the fuel line. There's the other clamp going into the makeshift piece, into the fuel filter. And it comes all the way up to here. Now, just to show that it will work with just this and not leak. The first time it did leak, and we had to tighten the clamps down more. I just primed the line. As you see, there's no fuel leaking anywhere at all. Now I'm going to start it. Now, as you see, if you broke the line on your fuel filter to your Honda and you just can't buy the parts, a little piece of rubber, a little, what, $2 fitting?
If that.
If that, and some clamps. A little ingenuity, you're back on the road. Alright. I took this tip here, as you can see, on the fuel filter. I put Teflon on it, help keep the seal good. Then this is I got a part around here that looks like it. Here we go. Yeah, it looks just like this in a way, but it's got the threads here, like this one. And the tip here has a bunch of little serrated lips. So it'll grip plastic, rubber, and the clamp will help keep the pressure from blowing this line off. And this is going to go on the other beveled, well now beveled, fuel line running to the gas tank. And I'm going to put it all together and see if it leaks. Alright, I know this is going to be kind of hard to see if the camera would focus, but right here I put all Teflon on and I tightened it down real good, and you see how the Teflon all pushed out, made like a little gasket seal all the way around the fuel filter junction part.